everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about Mars in Aquarius. So what happens when the planet of drive and ambition is in the air sign of Aquarius? So stay tuned. Before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that I do natal chart readings. So I look at your birth chart and I figure out what kind of challenges you may be facing and I give you an action plan. It's basically a practical step-by-step approach that you can use to overcome these challenges in your life. I also do relationship compatibility readings. These are called Synastry chart readings. So if you're trying to get into a relationship or if you're already in one and you want to know what the relationship is going to be like, you can contact for a Synastry reading. Apart from this, I also do tarot card readings. So if you're facing challenges related to your health, career, finance, relationships, your home life, or any other aspect of your life, you can contact for that as well. Recently, I've started doing relationship advice. It's just relationship counseling. So it's not really related to astrology, but general advice. And this can be related to any relationship. It could be with your parents, your romantic partner, your children, your social life, your friends, any kind of relationship. I also have an Amazon bookstore, so I'm a published author on Amazon. I have a couple of books in there. So there's one book on poetry. It's called Fire and Earth, a collection of poems for every journey. And the other one is a fat loss book. So if you're trying to get on this journey and if you just want to get into shape, I talk a little bit about that in my book. I have a Zazzle store which is full of amazing merchandise. It's got t-shirts and mugs, coffee mugs, and a lot of it has to do with astrology. Tons of t-shirts about different astrological placements. There are a lot of coffee mugs with nice messages on them as well. So check it out if you like it. I posted, you'll see a pop-up above, which will take you to the video that showcases all of my products and stuff on Amazon and Zazzle. So check it out. Okay, so let's get started. So Mars and Aquarius. So first of all, what is Mars? Mars is the planet of drive, action, ambition. It's the way we achieve things in our life. It's outward masculine energy, so it's aggressive in nature. And Mars is like a soldier. It's out to perform a particular task, and its job is to get the job done, basically. Now, when you have Mars in Aquarius, so Aquarius is an air sign. It rules the 11th house of friends and social life. And, traditionally, Aquarius used to be ruled by Saturn, but in more modern times, it's ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of sudden changes and especially changes that are coming out of nowhere. It's an air sign and, it's a fixed air sign. So there are quite a few paradoxes with this placement that I'll explain a little bit more as I go further into the video. So the first thing is that, see, Mars, the nature of Mars is that of a fiery, intense planet. It's masculine, it's aggressive. Its only job is to go out there and do whatever it's supposed to do. So its job is to accomplish tasks. Now, Aquarius is known as the humanitarian sign. It's also known as quite a detached, aloof sign in the zodiac. Because it's an air sign, it's quite cerebral. Like they're in their head a lot, just like the other air signs. So when you have a Mars in Aquarius, you may not be that attached to your goals and ambitions unless it's tied to some kind of humanitarian cause. Like unless your drive and passion towards life is fueled by a need to change something in society, to help people out, you're not going to be very interested in that goal or that ambition. Like you may do something because it pays the bills, but that's not going to be your true drive and ambition in life. What's really going to fulfill you, Mars and Aquarius, is a project or a goal that can really help human beings in the long term. So you're the kind of person who will take up a cause. You're the kind of person who will fight for a cause because Mars is about fighting. You can be very particular about justice, especially towards people who are the underdogs. You definitely have a soft spot for people who don't have much, who are underprivileged probably, or those who are struggling in life a little bit more. And you generally tend to take up projects that help such people out. You know, Aquarius rules the 11th house, which has to do with our friends and social life, basically our social circle. So when you have Mars in Aquarius, you're going to be the type of person who takes up projects or takes up goals and ambitions that involve your friends, that involve your social life. So typically you're not the kind of person who works alone, although, and I'll get to that, there can be situations where you do work alone because, um, see, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, electric changes. Its energy is that of electricity. So you can be a little bit eccentric in that sense that you don't really have a fixed way of working. You probably are the kind of person who hates authority. I think most of the fixed signs, they hate authority. They like to either work independently, so they're their own boss. They don't have to report to anybody. They don't have to answer to anybody. They're basically working for themselves. Uh, or even if they are in a job, like let's say a corporate setup, a 9 to 5 job, they're gonna, they're really not gonna like authority. They can respect authority, but only if that person is knowledgeable, that person has earned their respect. So that way, Mars in Aquarius has no trouble uh, even calling out their boss or telling them that they were wrong. Like, they don't shy away from the truth in that sense, and they're not scared of confrontation. Um, they can be quite detached. And when I say detached, I don't mean that they are not workaholics or they can't fulfill their dreams and ambitions. Of course they can. But they have a sense of detachment towards mundane goals and ambitions. Like I said at the beginning of this video, they're only going to pursue something that helps humanity. That's that's for a bigger cause. That's not for the short term, not the immediate gains. Aquarius doesn't really look at immediate gains. It's more about the long term. And because it's a humanitarian sign, they are very concerned about human welfare and human benefit. So they are going to take up jobs or they're going to take up ambitions that somehow benefit people in some way. Now, Mars also has to do with anger, the way we channel our anger outwardly. So, if the moon is the way we process our emotions internally, Mars is the way we channel these emotions and show our anger to the outside world. So, when you have Mars in Aquarius, you're going to be the type of person who doesn't really get angry. Like, you are really not the kind of person to get angry because you're an air sign. You're about logic. You're not so much about your emotions. In fact, you may actually have a tough time expressing your anger because sometimes it is healthy to let it all out and actually show our anger when we are feeling that way. So you may have a tough time with your emotions and you may actually, your Mars energy may feel stuck in Aquarius because first of all, even though Aquarius is a fixed sign, so you may be stubborn in a lot of aspects, like if you've taken up a cause or if you're passionate about a particular goal or ambition, you're not going to budge from it. You're not going to change your mind about it too much. But at the same time, you may have a tough time expressing your anger. For example, it doesn't mean that you don't feel emotions because that would be crazy. Like you definitely feel emotions, but you're not able to express them. You're sort of out of touch with your own emotions. You may feel it internally if somebody betrays you or somebody makes you angry, but you're not going to express it outwardly. Like, for example, a Mars in Sagittarius or a Mars in Leo, because they're fire signs, they may actually blurt it out and they may be impulsive and just be angry and yell at the person, that kind of stuff. But Mars in Aquarius is not going to do that. You may be the type of person who may take revenge. And this sounds like a far stretch because Aquarius is such a detached sign, they don't really get that emotional, so why would they even bother with revenge? But trust me, Mars in Aquarius can be vengeful sometimes. And one of the reasons is, see, Aquarius is a fixed sign, so they are quite fixed or stubborn about their principles because it's a humanitarian science, so they are about their principles and ethics. Now, when that comes into question, or let's say somebody acts in a way towards them that violates those ethics, that's going to really tick them off. And the way they act vengeful is exactly through their detached mode. Like they are the kind of people who will ice you out of their life. They'll be cordial to you on the surface, so you may not even know that they've actually iced you out. But if they're really angry with you and it's really beyond the point of no return, they can actually completely cut you off from their life. And because they are not very emotionally attached uh, to people, it's a bit of a, actually Aquarius is a misunderstood sign, just like Scorpio as well. The thing is, Aquarius is very empathetic. People say Aquarius is detached, but actually Aquarius rules the 11th house of social life. It's a humanitarian sign. It's a sign of friendships. So Mars in Aquarius has tremendous empathy towards human beings in general. They cannot see other people suffering around them. You know, they want to help. But that being said, they are also detached. So they are not attached to people as such, but they are attached to causes. So there is a difference there. Like they're not attached to the person and the way the other person is feeling or their emotions, but they are attached to what that person is going through. And they want to help that person out and help them get out of that situation. That's why it's a humanitarian sign. So the paradox is that a lot of people think Aquarius is sort of a detached, almost unfeeling sign. They don't really care too much about people or anything. That's not true. They actually care a lot, but they care about the situation. They care about the cause. They care about the problems that the other people are facing. And so when they get angry, it's because of a violation of these principles. Like I said before at the beginning of the video, they are very partial. I wouldn't say partial, that's a harsh word. They're quite biased towards people who are the underdogs, people who don't have uh, much privilege in their life. They are probably struggling and they don't have too much in their life. So Aquarius is very they almost feel very protective about those kind of people. They want to keep them safe. They want to help them out. So if it's somebody else who is trying to take advantage of this person who they think they need help, then the Aquarius is going to come to their rescue, and they are going to put up a fight against the instigator, against the person who's trying to do this underdog, harm. So in those cases, Mars and Aquarius, you really get to see the Martian side of them. But again, it's not going to come out in a fiery way like a Mars in a fire sign would. It's going to come out verbally because Aquarius is an air sign. So they are ruled by logic. So when they are getting angry with you, they will say things that will really hurt, especially because they are not very attached to people. So they don't have a problem telling you certain things, especially because they're not scared of authority. They're not really scared of anything, actually. It's a fearless sign. They are one of the signs in the zodiac that is in search of truth, like Sagittarius, like Scorpio. So they are about getting to the bottom of things, getting to the truth without, um, and it doesn't matter if people are getting hurt by what they say, because to them, it is what it is, they're not going to sugarcoat things. Um, Mars in Aquarius, because see, Aquarius also has to do with technology and futuristic thinking. These are visionary people. Mars and Aquarius people are visionaries. So when they come up with a project or a goal or an ambition in life, it's usually going to be around an idea that is, far beyond their time. See, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the planet that conveys electric energy, it's sudden changes. The way Mars in Aquarius thinks is very out of the box. They're not conventional people. Aquarius energy is not conventional. It borders on the eccentric. So Mars and Aquarius people are the kind of people who will go after projects and ambitions that probably make no sense to their peers or their friends or people around them. Everybody else may be ridiculing them about an idea they have. But 10 years down the line, that same idea is going to be the biggest selling thing in the market. Mars in Aquarius is a visionary. They can think beyond what is available right now. They can see far into the future. That's why it's a visionary placement. So even when they take up causes to help humanity, it's going to be with that far-sighted vision in mind. Now, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is about sudden changes, especially unexpected changes that come out of nowhere. Mars and Aquarius, even though they may be attached to a project or a cause, their projects or whatever they're working on, it keeps changing. And it's not like they are deliberately trying to disrupt something, but it's just that they are also like the other air signs. They get bored quite easily. So if something is not really fulfilling their need to help humanity, or let's say they are not feeling needed, Aquarius needs to feel needed. Like they need to help people and they need to feel like people need their help. So if you were to ask a Mars in Aquarius for some advice, they would be the happiest people on this earth. Because first of all, they love to talk and they have a bunch of knowledge and they want to share it with the world. And if it can help you, they want to share it even more. So Mars in Aquarius, if they feel that a project is not fulfilling this side of them, where they want to share their knowledge with the world or where they want to help people, they may do that work for some time, but eventually they're not going to feel satisfied, and they're going to move on to something that's for a bigger cause. Like I said in the beginning of this video, Mars in Aquarius wants to choose projects that help humanity. It has to be something larger than life. It has to be something that is really meaningful and that's really going to help society and people. So Mars in Aquarius, that's the reason why they can keep changing their jobs or their projects or whatever they're working on quite often. And usually it's going to be abrupt. Like when they leave a job, it's going to be out of the blue. Like everybody else may be like, you were about to get a promotion or you were about to do so well in your life. Why did you leave this job? But that's the energy. Like if they are not getting fulfilled, they have no problem cutting it off. That's why it's sort of like a detached placement. They don't have a problem cutting it off and looking for something else. That's why it's ruled by Uranus, which has electricity as its energy. So there is a sense of restlessness in them. They're always looking for the truth, looking for something that's going to help people. So till they find that thing, till they find their niche, till they find what really fulfills them, they're going to keep moving on. They're going to keep abruptly leaving projects, leaving their goals behind. So guys, that's my take on Mars in Aquarius. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. You can click on the subscribe button at the bottom of this video. And you can also click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that whenever I post a new video, you get a notification in your inbox and you can stay tuned to all of my latest updates. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. My next video is going to be Mars in Pisces. That will be the end of the Mars series. And I'm going to be starting with, so I've done Venus, I've done Mars. I'm going to start with Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter signs, right from Aries to Pisces. So stay tuned for that, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye guys.